think okay, I think it's working. I think that I am now sharing this to my YouTube channel. So, if you are watching this later, welcome. And this is being streamed on my YouTube channel, but I'm streaming live from the Hallo Hallo app where students come to learn English. And it's a great place to be, wouldn't you guys agree? So Mohammed is asking if I'm talking about a specific topic, and the answer is yes. We're going to talk about how to achieve goals in general, but because we're all here to learn English, we're going to apply this to how to move ahead with your English goals, right? Um, Mohammed has so many goals. Well, Mohammed, you are welcome to jump in. You can add them here in the chat as we go along. Or if you'd like to pay the $2 fee to hop on, you're welcome to do that and interact. You guys are going to actually help me come up with some examples of each of these type of steps. Okay, so I found this great graphic. So we're going to kind of just go through this. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hop on here so I can keep up with the chat on okay. Oh. Sorry, guys. All right. So, okay. You guys aren't getting any feedback anymore, are you? Is the sound good? Can somebody let me know in the chat if the sound is okay? It's perfect. Awesome. Thank you, Sophia. I appreciate. Okay, so because I'm going to share my screen and I want to be able to keep up with the comments, so I'm going to watch the comments on my phone, and then that way you guys can see my screen the whole time. All right, so all right, let me see what happens when I go full screen. Ah, yes, I like that much better. Okay, so you probably saw the thumbnail that I had for today's class, and this was it. And this is my wish for all of you. My blessing for all of you is that your time on Hallow is spent productively. You know, I want it to be it Hallow is so fun because it has the social aspect, but if you're here to learn English, make sure you're using your time wisely. Okay, so this says, may your time on Hallow bring you one step closer to achieving your English goals. So let's talk about, so Safir, there you go. That answers your question. What does achieving mean? Define achieving or achieve. Okay, to gain, to get. Mhm. Who else wants to chime in? To gain, to get something that you crave for, maybe. Okay. So, if you achieve a goal or you achieve something, it means that you have successfully made something happen, or you have successfully reached the desired goal or the end result. So if you achieve something, it means that you have put in the effort in order um, to reach. So if I were to kind of like rephrase this quote, this quote, you could say, "May your time on Hallo bring you one step closer to completing your English goals," right? Right, Mohammed, reaching your English goals. Yep, exactly. Very nice. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll go to the next slide. So this is the image that I found online, and I was thinking, these are so good. I love these. So we have step one, and we're going to go through these individually, okay? But how to achieve your goals in 10 steps. All right. Take action, try hard, keep practicing, explore a different way, ad- ask someone for advice, do your best, learn how others did it, build upon your strengths, review and fix mistakes, and don't give up. All right. So, you guys help me. Let's go through these. How to achieve your goals in 10 steps. Step one, take action. So, when we think about Hallow, what are some things that we could do on Hallow to take action in, reaching our goals? So give me some examples of what does it mean to take action? Mhm. We could, let's see, join lessons, follow teachers. Uh-huh. What else? These are some action steps, right? We want to learn English. We're going to take some action steps. You might open a live stream. Oh, Ali, good. Action speaks louder than words. Chat with other students. Uh-huh. Oh man, you guys are getting so good. I'm going to run out of space. Chat with other students. Okay, so yeah, schedule time to practice. Oh, I love that one, Safir. Najat says, listen to the native. Okay, whew, hang on. You guys are too good. All right, save some of these because we're going to be uh, using them again. Engage in conversation. Okay, so let's see. All right. I love it. I love it, you guys. Okay, join lessons, follow teachers, open live stream, chat with other students, schedule time to practice, listen to the native, let's say native speakers, and engage in conversation. All right, so these are all actions that we could take, right, to help us work on our goal to if we're going to take one step, if you can only do one action step today, you could choose one of these things to do, and it would take you one step closer to achieving your English goal. Love it. Love, love, love it. Okay. So then we had action step number 2 was try hard. What does that mean? Try hard. Can you give me an example or maybe a definition? What can we put here? If we're going to try hard, what are we going to do? What does that mean? What do you guys think? Hmm. Okay, I like it. You're going to try to speak. You're going to listen carefully. There you go. Don't be afraid to talk. We need to make this bigger. There we go. Try to memorize a lot of words. Okay. Try to apply lessons. All right. Try your best. God will do the rest. Choose topics and try hard to achieve. I'm going to set my phone here so I can read these a little easier. I'm typing. Uh, let's see. Dedicate your time to English at least, 6 hours a day. That is trying hard. Do your own live stream and invite your friends to practice. Okay. So these are all, sometimes you think about if you were going to make a list of things that are hard to do. Oh, this is hard. It's hard to speak English. It's hard to listen super carefully. It's hard to talk in front of other people. It's hard to memorize lots of words. It's hard to apply these lessons, but we can do hard things, right? So I'm going to say, we can do hard things. This is a quote that I hear a lot from motivational speakers. And I tell this to my students, my own children. They say, but it's hard, Mama. And I say, I know, but we can do hard things. Just because it's hard doesn't mean we just give up, right? Exactly, Saphir. Everything is hard for a beginner. So you can't just say, I'm not going to try it. It's too hard. Okay? You're going to try hard if you want to accomplish your goals. Love it. All right. The next one, I think this is number 3. Keep practicing. Okay. How can we practice? How do we practice English? What are some ways to practice? We've said a lot of them. A lot of this is different things, right? Yep, we can practice by speaking. What else can we do? Avoid shyness. Reading, good. Ooh, Instamatch. That's a great way to practice, Sophia. Very good. Practice. So schedule specific practice times. Talking to yourself when you're alone. Saphir, that is so true. Talk to yourself, or here's another one I suggest: record yourself speaking. Record yourself and then listen back to it. How do you think you sound? And if you hear something that isn't, you don't. Yes, Najat, you knew I was going to say that, didn't you? Go back and listen to yourself talking. And if you hear an error, say, you know what? I'm going to fix that error today, just today. You don't have to fix the whole thing, right? You just got to pick one thing to practice on that day. Najat is one of my subscribers, one of my students, and she knows my typical uh, suggestions or recommendations. Professor, can you tell me how I can get a good score in IELTS reading? Oh, Jack, I wish I could. I am not trained in IELTS, so I am not the person to ask, but teacher Rahat Ali, teacher, who's the other one, Najat? Help me out. Um, Ahmed. Ahmed, teacher Rahat Ali and teacher Ahmed both teach IELTS. I believe Nali does as well. So you can look for those teachers. Okay. Oh, Najat, thank you. You're so kind. So kind to say that. I have to pen that because I like it so much. Uh-oh. I said and me. Oh, Faith, I'm your favorite too. You guys are sweet. All right. Instamatch. Okay, good, Jack. I'm glad you asked. Instamatch is an option in your app where you can connect with other students. It's just like one-on-one for free, and you can talk with another student that is learning English that is on the app right now available to practice with you. So I love that free option that they have. So yeah, definitely take advantage of that. Yusuf, I think you're asking, can you speak with me? So you have an option on the Hallo app to hop on. You pay $2 and you can hop on this live stream right now to speak with me, or you can do an Insta class. It's sort of like Insta Match, but Insta Match is with students. Insta class is with a teacher, but Insta class does cost money, whereas Instamatch is free. Hello, Christian. You're welcome, Yusuf. No problem. Okay, so we're going to keep practicing our English, right? We're going to keep speaking. We're going to keep reading. We're going to use Instamatch because it's instant practicing. We're going to schedule time to practice because if you don't schedule it, let's be honest, our days are busy. And before we know it, it's time to go to sleep. And you haven't practiced English today. So that's not going to work, right? We got to keep practicing. So make sure that you put that time in your schedule. Talk to yourself. Maybe you have a phrase that you really want to learn to say, or a sound that you really want to learn. Walk around the house saying that word. If it's maybe it's a W sound. Wah, wah. You're going to walk around the house. Wah, 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 wah. Okay. Nobody can hear you. So you just say the sounds that are hard over and over until you don't even have to think about that sound. Your mouth just does it. You've done that exercise so many times that muscle memory knows what to do. You can also record yourself speaking and then you go back and listen. Is that what I want to sound like? I don't like this. I wonder how I can fix that. And play around, move your mouth in different ways and see if you can figure it out. If you can't, hop on an Insta class with a teacher and they can help you correct that whatever it is that you're trying to improve. Oh, Christian can imitate a pig. Nice, very nice. But do you know what you're saying, Christian? That's the question. And Faith is saying, if I talk to myself, his mother says, do you need a psychiatrist? I understand. Yes, very nice. Okay, excellent ideas, guys. All right. So now let's see. I forgot what number we're on. I should have put numbers next to these. So we are number 4. Number 4 is keep practicing. I'm going to put a number 4 here so I can remember what number we're on. Number 4, wait, was that number 4? Nope. Number 3 was keep practicing. And then the next one is number 4, which is explore a different way. What? Explore a different way? All right. So, what are some examples of exploring a different way to reach your goal? Explore a different way to learn English. Explore a different way to practice English. So we've said a lot of these already, right? So let's talk about the Hallo app specifically. What does the Hallo app have that maybe we don't know about? There's a lot of new students on the Hallo app, and they don't always know what Hallo has unless they just start clicking, right? So we know that we have these that we're on right now. What you are watching. Okay, a live stream is what you're watching right now. Okay, and teachers can do live streams and students can do live streams. Okay. Oh, let me put the last thing there. All right. And live streams are free, right? What else does Hallo have to offer? let's see, we have live streams. Oh, we have live classes. And this is group classes with a teacher. Let's see, let's move some of this over a little bit so we can. There we go. Okay. Exactly. Oh, I think I've been calling you Faith. I just realized it's Fati. Fati. I'm so sorry. I've been calling you the wrong name. When I'm looking at the comments on my phone, they're like teeny tiny, so forgive me. Okay. Here, I tell you what, I'm going to put a dollar sign next to the things that cost, or $2 signs. Oops. That things that cost money, so that new students that are watching this will know which things cost money and which things they can do for free. There's a lot of things that are free, right? Live streams. Oops, that says Steams. You guys need to correct my typos. Okay. I like putting it on. Let's do this. Okay. Then we can do, what else can we do, guys? Oh, we can do one-on-one classes. That doesn't look like one-on-one. Let's type one-on-one. And this is student and teacher. Okay, so one-on-one classes these are scheduled. So this is scheduled. I'm running out of space, you guys. I'm trying to provide descriptions that are too long, that don't fit on my screen. There we go. Okay. All right. I like to get it right in the middle. There we go. And I know you guys can't see some of this because of my picture. I'll turn it off in just a second. Okay. So then we have Insta class, which is, what do you guys call that? Not, do we want to call it spontaneous? So it's not scheduled. We'll just say it's instant. Instant. Student plus teacher. That one also costs money. So Insta class is 20 minutes. One-on-one classes are 30. Okay. Insta match is instant student plus student. And that is free. It does not cost anything. Okay. What else, guys? What else am I forgetting that Hallo has to offer if you were going to explore learning English in a different way on Hallo? What am I missing, you guys? We've got live streams, live classes, one-on-one classes, Insta class, Insta match. Anything else? Yeah, the one-on-one calls, that's isn't that Insta class, Christian? Oh, you can actually just do a call. Ah, okay. If you're friends, like if you follow each other. Oh yeah, with this the Insta, is it called Insta chat or Insta text? What is that called? I can't remember now. We're talking about different ways on Hallo to Insta text. Okay, to learn English. Okay. Chat student plus, right? And that one's free too. It's called Insta Chat. You guys, is it Insta Chat or Insta Text? Christian, it's the same place where when you first turn on your app and you can have the option of doing, like you can choose Instaclass or Instamatch. Well, on Instamatch, it's the choice. You either do video or you do texting like chat. Insta text. Okay. I think it's kind of fun when we make it all one word. Oh, it is one word. Okay. Text. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So these are some options. Let me I'm going to turn off my camera just for a second so you guys can actually see everything there. That way, if you want to take a screenshot of all these options, and then you could kind of like, okay, yeah, I've tried this kind, I've tried this. I'm going to explore this way next week or this coming week. All right. I love that Hallo has so many options. So make sure that you're taking advantage and exploring the different options. You may decide that you have a new favorite way to practice English. It might just really connect with you. Okay. Matter, the way that you join my video is you would have to click hop on and pay $2 in order to do that. So right now we're just kind of using what people have to share in the comments to help me complete this presentation and help everybody just know ways or steps that they can take to reach their English goals. Okay, so let's move on to number 5. Number 5 is ask someone for advice. Who can we ask for advice on Hallo? And how do you do that? Who can we ask for advice on Hallo? Teachers, me, yes. Ali, yeah, I definitely have explored a lot of things on this app. I love this app. I like to teach in lots of different ways. Okay, so ask someone for advice. Okay, so you can ask Hallo teachers, right? How can we do that? How do we ask Hallo teachers? We can ask them in class, right? We can send them a message. Let's make this bigger so we can see all of it. You guys, how can you ask teachers for advice? You can ask if you're in class or live stream. You can send them a message. Oh, you could do an Insta class if you need some quick advice, or you could schedule a one-on-one. Okay, that's what I would recommend. Okay, you can also ask, sure, you can ask native speakers. Who else? Who can we ask for advice on Hallo? Any more recommendations? Who have you asked? If you had a question or needed some advice about something related to English or a certain goal that you were trying to accomplish, what would you do? What would you do? Admin, you would ask admin? You could do that. Um, so admin is short for administration, dev, development, team. Mhm. Yeah, do you guys know how to do that? Do you guys know how to reach out to administration or the development team? How do you do that? Anybody know? Email. Yes, Vash. Do you know the email address? I'm putting it here on the screen. Support at hallo.tv. Okay. So now I will tell you that if you email support about how do I learn English, they're probably not going to answer your question. Okay. If you need advice on something is not working on the app, or you got charged a certain fee when you didn't attend or didn't mean to sign up for the class, or the teacher didn't show up, take a screenshot, all right, and email that to support at hallo.tv. Okay, that's what they're for. They are there to help fix errors or fix glitches. Okay, they're not there to be your teacher, your English teacher. Okay. An apparition went through me. Full screen optimization is bad. How to generate. Wait, are you guys talking to me? I'm so confused. Okay, let's get back to our topic. Our topic is that we're talking about asking for advice for learning English on Hallow. Okay. Roz, I'm so glad that you like that thumbnail. That's what we're talking about. We're like, how can we make our time on Hallow productive? All right. Um, okay, so let's move on. So some of you are just now joining. So let me show you what we're doing. We're going through these different action steps of how to achieve your goals in 10 steps. Okay, so you guys are cracking me up. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video on YouTube um to see what happened. Okay. Anyway, all right. So we've been through step one, take action. Two, try hard. Three, keep practicing. Four, explore a different way. Five, ask someone for advice. So we're halfway through. Number six, bum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, do your best. What does that look like, you guys? How do you know when you're doing your best? How do you know when you're doing your best? How do you know? I'm typing this in the chat for you guys. How do you know when you are doing your best? Ma- Okay, how do you know when you're doing your best? Are you guys sending requests to hop on? Is that why you're making these comments at me? I'm not looking. Okay, so Shen wants to hop on. We'll approve Shen to hop on.
Hi, hello teacher.
Hello, Shen. How are you today?
I'm doing good. How about you, teacher?
I'm doing well. So, Shen, how do you know when you're doing your best?
Mm, Basically, like I put a lot of like effort in it,
Okay.
you know.
So
When
do
I
you
put a lot of effort.
but do
Yep, go
you
ahead.
do you have something that you measure that by to know that you're um just a minute. Jack, those messages are not appropriate. And if you do them again, I'm gonna have to you're not gonna be able to participate in this live stream. Okay, so, Shen, okay, so how do you know? Do you have some kind of how do you measure that? How do you know that you're doing your best?
Mm, for me, I personally think like I try so hard to do it. That's
Mhm.
how I measure it, and always like focus on that. If I have something kind of a project as like my goal, just focus, put a lot of effort. That's it.
Mhm. Good.
I'm
Someone
sorry,
that
teacher. I
I'm so
feel kind of like I have a difficulty to speak, and my listening skill is not sick. So, yep.
okay, good. So,
Oh,
er,
Jack, come on.
I know, I'm gonna have to report Jack because we can't use profanity like that in our, here. So, give me 1 second. Let's see. Hang on, I'm gonna have to get off my phone and able to do that, unfortunately. Okay. Now, let me okay. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes you do get students who are, coming to Hallow to see what they can get away with and all. So, we just have to deal with that sometimes. Okay. I got to reshare my screen now because now it's not. Here we go. I greatly appreciate this is one of the things I do love about Hallow is how supportive everyone is, whether it's the teachers, whether it's the students, the people that are here to learn English are very supportive, and will call you out on things if you're not following kind of the expectations that Hallow has for this app. So I thank all of you who were stepping in to say things just now. I greatly appreciate that. You're very kind. Okay. So number 6, we're talking about do your best. And Shen mentioned, like he knows when he is putting the effort in and when he's doing the best he can. So sometimes it's just something you kind of know about yourself. Someone else had put in the chat the AI proficiency test that Hallow offers. I think you can take it once a week, and so you can go back and after you know that you've worked hard, you take it again the next week and you're able to see, okay, if I did my best and I put my best effort into English, then your AI proficiency should improve. Okay. So that's a way that we can kind of test ourselves. Like, did I do my best? Um, I also think that you can, let's see, I would say reflect on like how many times did you practice your English? So reflect on, how do we say that? Reflect on the week's time.
Oh,
Hmm.
oh, teacher, could I
Yes.
ask you a question?
Hmm.
Like, does reflect synonymous to the word like review, right?
Yeah, so a lot of times when you reflect, you're kind of thinking back on, or you might, yeah, you might, if you have it on a calendar, you might review and or look again at the calendar to see, okay, I said I wanted to practice 3 times a week. Let's see, did I do that? I did. Okay, I did my best this week because I was able to accomplish what I wanted to. Okay.
Okay, get it, teacher.
Anyone else have any ideas of um am I wasting time that I can use? If no, it means you okay, right. Fati, exactly. So it's just taking that time to look like, how did I spend my time? Maybe that's how we need to say it. How did I spend my time? And then how will I spend it next week or tomorrow? Okay. So these are all ways that we can kind of just keep ourselves in check of, are we doing, best. Let's see. Can you tell me gave AI person is just, but I don't. Sudesh, I've never even seen what the proficiency test looks like. That's a different department. So that would be helpful to know, though, which one you got wrong, right? I I do know that that's part of the reason they won't let you take it over again right away. It's not the AI test is not to make you look smart, it's to help you know exactly where you are, because eventually Hallow is going to offer classes for specific groups. So you don't want to take a class that's too difficult for you, or you may not learn anything, but you also don't want to take a class that is just so easy that you're bored. So knowing your proficiency level helps you know where you are. Okay. Okay, you guys, oh my goodness, the chat's crazy. Oh, focus mode. Yes, where you like block out everything out so you can't get any notifications. Yes. It's not recording my voice during. Ooh, Lucy, I don't know. That would be something that, if it's not recording your voice, that would be something I would send to, this was the, screen we did just a minute ago, if my computer will catch up. Apparently it's lagging. Um, So yeah, if you're having a problem with the AI test not working correctly, you should take a screenshot and then email it to support@hallow.tv. Okay. And there it is. If my screen finally caught up. Um, that is one of those things where you would want, that's the kind of advice that you would ask them for, because I'm not familiar with the technical side of the proficiency test. Okay. Maybe when you feel satisfied and happy after doing something, then you are doing your best. Good, Fatih. Yes, exactly. That's a good reflection. Najat says managing the time is very vital in our life. So true, Najat. And guys, I'll be honest, I struggle with time management. That is definitely a struggle of mine. All right. We want justice. You're saying I have an accent and intonation. I okay, so listen, we want justice. I have no idea what your real name is. Um, one of the cool things about Hallow is that there are teachers from all over the world. And yes, they are going to have different accents. I am from America and I have a very neutral accent. Not everyone in America speaks like me. Because I have training in speech and language therapy, and because also I have some of a theater background, I am very articulate. Okay. So that's part of the reason why you understand. And I'm very intentional about speaking clearly. I don't speak too slow, but I do slow it down just a little bit because I know that there are lots of beginners that are watching this live stream right now. Okay. So, Nazim, you are asking how to talk with me. So we did talk about that a little bit when we talked about exploring a different way. Okay. You can do a live class with me. You can click on my red profile picture and it will take you to my profile. Allie, the screen went black. It's probably because I tried to move it. It'll catch up in a second, hopefully. Um, but you can do a live class with me. You can schedule a one-on-one class with me. You can, if I'm on the app, you can do an Insta class with me. Okay, so those are 3 different ways that you can connect with me to practice your English. Jura, you want to learn American accent. Okay, well, hang out with me. All right. So, man, I'm going to stop sharing for a second and then share again because I feel like everything's lagging a little bit. And who knows? Who knows why? I'm just lucky. Okay. There we go. Oh, it's still not showing yet, is it, guys? There it is. Okay. So, if we're talking about doing your best, how do you know when you're doing your best? If you take the AI proficiency test and it has gone up, you know that you've been doing your best and practicing. You might reflect on this past week. How did I spend my time? Did I commit to practicing English 3 times, and did I do that 3 times? Did I commit to 30 minutes every day? Did I do 30 minutes every day? If you did or did more, then you can be confident that you are doing your best. All right? Okay. Now, on to number 7. Learn how others did it. So, okay, you guys in the chat, how did you learn English? All right, hang on. I'm going to add this one. How did you learn English? Oh, Corpse says by rapping. Woo, my goodness. Why can't I pin my? Oh, probably have to unpin that first. Okay, let me unpin message. There we go. And then here's our question. How did you learn English? Okay, Taki, hello. I see you're a new student here at Hallo. You need to understand that there are English phrases that are appropriate and there are ones that are not, and your phrase is not appropriate. So please refrain or I will be reporting you and blocking you. Oh,
Teacher, it is
Jack,
a
I
black
see.
screen.
Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Okay. Um Okay, so how did you guys learn English? Shen, how did you learn English? How did you first start learning English?
Uh, I learned English by listening to podcasts because
Oh, I love it. Uh-huh.
for me, I personally think that listening skill is like fundamental. So I,
Mm-hmm.
s- I first started listening to podcasts, kind of like podcast is all about like like a simple word, like a very basic conversation. I started to observe what others said in podcasts and try to like learn different topics as much as I can from podcasts.
Love
And I try
it.
to I know like when it comes to talk to a native English speakers, they speak like English like kind of like a mile a minute. So like I try to drain my ears with a fast speech and also learn a bunch of idioms at the same time. So I feel like I can kill two birds with one stone, right? I can learn
Love it.
not one stone, a lot of like connected speech and a lot of idioms. I think podcasts help me a lot, especially my speaking skill or like my listening skill because like I try to pay attention to like listen to that podcast. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that's how I learn English.
Very good. Very good. All right. So yeah, watching. Oh, Sudesh, you mentioned
Watching
my
TV.
favorite.
Oh yeah, watching TV series. Yeah, that's my cup of tea. I
But
love it.
series and movies with subtitles, that's my favorite recommendation. So I'm gonna add with subtitles. Yeah, and the reason I always recommend that is because when you hear someone say something and you think, "Wait, what did they say? I didn't understand that." Then you can pause it, you go back and you find the subtitle of what they said, and then you can translate that, So you're like, "Oh, okay, they're saying I understand what they mean." And now you can watch it again, so that that you're understanding the English phrase. So I love that idea. Um, like to be better in practice, connecting with native speakers. Yes, connecting with native speakers. That's another great way to do it. Najat's gonna come on. Najat, I saw that you had a question and I did kind of miss it, didn't I?
Hi, hi, Najat. Welcome.
Hi, thanks.
With native speakers. Okay, Najat, you had a question in the comments. Can you
Yeah,
ask your question again?
yeah, my question is while writing, it's like, for example, when I try to say something, it's much easier to write down than say it. Like, why do you think, especially for non-native?
So you think it's easier to write it or easier to say it? Which one is easier?
Right.
Writing is easier
Yeah.
because it's because of what your brain is doing. Okay? So if you think
Okay.
about let's compare the two processes, right? So first you have to think of what it is you want to communicate, right?
Yeah.
Then if you're writing
Mhm.
what you've thought of, now you write the letters, right?
Right.
But when you think about what you want to communicate,
Mhm.
your brain now has to tell your muscles how to move in order to say those words.
Okay.
So I think that there's more steps
Mhm.
to being able to speak English than there
Okay.
is to write it.
Okay. Because I remember when I started ESL in adult school,
Mm-hmm.
I know I studied basic English, grammar, but when I try to speak, especially when when I see the native, kind
Mm-hmm.
of my words go back.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Maybe I think I am wrong. Maybe I don't trust my speaking skill. So I trust more when I write because it's quiet, so I can think.
Well, but also, Najat, when you're writing, you have a chance to correct it before anyone else sees it,
See.
right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's
Right.
not as much pressure because when you're talking, someone
Mm-hmm.
or maybe multiple people are listening right then. Also,
Okay.
in your head, you can speak with you can say the words incorrectly or say them in your head with an accent, but when you write them, it's the same, right? There's no accent in your writing,
Yeah.
right? And that's part of why speaking is difficult is because you're trying to say the words correctly, use the correct grammar, communicate your thoughts while you're thinking. There's just a
Mm.
lot going on. You're listening to someone and thinking about what you want to say. Like it's just you're multitasking a lot
Okay.
more
But
to speak.
yeah. Do you think how can I improve my speaking skill?
You know what you need to do. It's just it takes time and
Okay.
effort. The
Okay.
more you do it, the
Mhm.
more it will become natural and you won't have to think as hard
Okay.
because it will become like second nature. Have you heard that phrase?
Okay.
If something becomes second nature to you?
Yes.
Hmm. Shen, you're
That's
allergic to
mean I
grammar.
have to push myself. Even I am wrong, I have to say
Yeah.
it.
Hmm.
Don't be afraid to say it. Okay.
Yes. And you know this as well as anyone else that's been at Hallo for a while, that
Yeah.
all the teachers are very helpful and very
Yeah,
kind
I know.
in, correcting any grammar errors or pronunciation errors. They
That's good.
want to help and they're not going to call you out to embarrass you. They I love Hallow teachers. They're so
Me
kind
too.
and so
Yeah,
friendly. So I
I know.
think I think you're doing everything right. I think you need to give yourself a little grace and patience.
Uh,
um, but I think you're doing great, Najat. So I think you need to whatever you're doing, it's working. You just need to keep doing it. Persistence. Keep
okay,
just keep going.
sure, I will.
Okay. All right. So, Shan said that he's allergic to grammar. So, he has a problem. So, Shan, let me ask you this. If grammar is difficult for you, what are you doing to help improve your grammar?
Yeah, like you know what? But like when I was a beginner, when I like was like I didn't like grammar at all, but when because I am a student, so I need to learn grammar. You know, I need to force myself to learn grammar because most of the time when having exams, grammar is really important. If I'm not good at grammar,
Yep.
I will not be able to pass the exam. So I need to like
Mm-hmm.
force myself. And
Yeah.
right now, like my teacher at school also recommend me like to watch videos on YouTube and also
Mhm.
doing research on the internet, like grammar, and that's what I'm doing. But I personally think I do not like grammar at all because like it's so complicated. But speaking skill is fun, you know. I can interact with you. I can interact like with different people and learn new things and get different things from other by speaking. I feel like speaking is kind of like a lot of fun if I compare to grammar. Grammar is so complicated, like a lot of rules I need to remember. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's so tired. I'm sick of it, but I need to do it. I need to do it, you know, because it's important. I have a test whenever I have a test or an exam.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh,
And
but
that's
teacher,
true. Like here, the thing is, being able to speak, um, it's very different. Well, there's different types of English, right? There's like education English, where the grammar has to be exactly correct.
yeah,
There's like conversation that you would have with friends who aren't going to care as much if your grammar's correct. Then there's like business English, where if you want to be respected as a professional in your job, then you need to be able to speak like a professional, which means using correct grammar and being able to speak it and write it. While do have some similarities, it's still different, right? And so
yeah,
sometimes I'll ask students, why are you learning English? What is your goal? Because if they just want to be able to talk with people when they travel, well, that's different than if someone's trying to, pass the IELTS exam, or if they're trying to get a specific job that requires English. So, part of setting your goals in learning English is determining why. Why are you learning English? Why is it important? And what is required, um, in the area of the reason why.
mm,
Yep. Um, Raghav says reading newspapers and novels, keeping a target of learning at least a few new words a day, and comprehend the meaning properly, like using it to form a sentence. That is very good advice, Raghav. I'm going to pin that one. Um, Choosing a few new words a day, comprehending the meaning, using them in a sentence. So sometimes I'll tell students, like, when you learn a new word, write it down, write what it means, and then write at least 3 sentences using that, in three different ways, so that okay, I think I've got this one. All right. Sudesh says, teacher, whenever I'm speaking, I mostly use past tense verb in present. After speaking, suddenly I know what I did, but I think it's not practice. That's why it happened with me. Okay. So I think what you're saying, Sudesh, is that when you say something and it comes out incorrect, as soon as you say it, oh, that wasn't right. And you know what you
no,
know how to correct it, what you should have said. Um, And yes, that takes time. The fact that you acknowledged it yourself, though, is a very good sign that your English is improving if you recognize it. So the more that you practice, the more you'll be able to make the change before you actually say it. So, yes, Hallo is going to help you tremendously in that way. Yep. Ahmed says basically we study grammar almost 10 to 12 years, but after finishing 12th grade, we can't speak properly, but we have 2 to 3 PhD points, I guess, on grammar. Interesting, Ahmed. Yeah,
Teacher,
even in America, children have to take English. They have to take an English class every year, even all the way through 12th grade, just like that. And they're learning grammar. So think about, they already know how to speak English, but they're learning grammar. You guys are trying to learn grammar and how to speak English at the same time. So it's challenging. It is very challenging. Yes.
When I was in ESL in college, um, I see one native with us in the class. We shock because we are not native, but we see the native because he failed the test. We say native with us because his grammar is zero.
Mm,
Yeah,
interesting.
but he speak well. He's native,
Uh-huh.
but he doesn't like when you're giving him test. He may be stressed and he got all wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Exactly. Exactly. Some of you probably know grammar better than native English speakers. Unfortunately. Some
yeah.
honestly, some Americans just don't think that it's important. It's not a priority to them because they don't have, high goals that they're trying to reach. They just
Yeah.
want to live and have people give them stuff. They don't have any goals to be these high achieving people, with these great jobs or anything. And, if you don't have a reason to learn the English grammar, then yeah, you're not motivated.
Yeah. So for me, when I was in ESL, I just buy books, basic books, grammar,
Mhm.
translate to Arabic to help me to understand what they mean.
Mhm.
So that's really helped.
Yeah. And once you learn kind of the general sentence structure, of
Mhm.
how to what a sentence requires,
Yeah.
um it kind of just becomes you don't think about the breakdown of the sentence anymore. Like once you
Mhm.
really learn it, then it's
Mhm.
just going to kind of come naturally. But in other languages, like their sentence structure is different. Like our adjectives come before the noun. But in other
Yes.
languages, the adjective comes after the noun, right?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
They're different.
So learning kind of general sentence structure is very helpful. When
Mhm.
adults, honestly, like some adults who have excellent grammar, if you were to ask them, okay, here, look at this word. What part of speech is this word? They might not be able to tell you that it's an adjective or this one is actually an adverb, but they know how to use it in a sentence appropriately, but they might not be able to label each part. But we
Mhm.
teach it that way even to children. This is what a noun is, this is what a verb is, because in order, and they probably learned that as a child, but
Mhm.
because they did it so much, it became natural to them.
Natural.
And they don't have to think about, okay, I have to have a subject, a noun, a verb, adjective goes here. They don't think that process is just natural for them. But
Yes.
when you're learning English, it's important to know that so that your sentences are grammatically correct, so that you sound proficient and you sound professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My husband recommends to move to Somalia. I I actually say no. I don't want to go back to Somalia or great because my children, they sound like a native, and
Uh-huh.
I work so hard for them. Like
Uh-huh.
when they reach 12th grade and then they join college, I need
Mhm.
them to become perfect, not
Ah,
like
I
others.
understand.
Like
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
But kids are resilient too, and their brains are growing, and they're at the right time in life to be able to adapt to different things. So even if they did go back to Somalia, it doesn't mean that they would necessarily lose everything that they've learned. They would be
okay,
learning, like, kids can do that. Kids can learn multiple languages at the same time, and it doesn't, people think, oh, if they're trying to learn, like in my school, it would be Spanish and English. They're like, oh, if they're trying to learn both at the same time, then their development will slow down. Well, science says that's not the case. They've done lots of research on that. And children actually can learn both languages at the same time. Part of what is important for them is that they know what environment or what location they are to speak that language. So, for example, if they only spoke Spanish at home, but they only spoke Spanish or English at school, or if one parent only speaks Spanish and the other parent only speaks English, that is how children are successful when they're learning two languages at once. So it can be done and it doesn't slow them down at all. You just have to make sure that structure is there for them.
okay. Yeah, I know they can learn. They know Somali and Arabic. But when we moved in Somalia,
Mhm.
we wouldn't able to practice English. We're gonna speak our language.
Gotcha.
So maybe their brain they learn a
Yeah.
lot. I know, but maybe they're gonna forget when we come back. They
Well, maybe when they're a
didn't come
little bit older. I
like a
know yours
native.
are all pretty young right now. So maybe, in a few years, um, that might be easier. Who knows? We'll
Yeah, who
see.
knows? Yeah,
All right,
but
Shen,
for me, I love the way they teaching the kids here.
good. Good. I'm
Yeah.
glad that you're having a positive experience with that.
Mhm.
Shen, you said you have a question. Go ahead.
Like, seem like this is not a subscriber lesson, so when will you do this live stream again, teacher? Because I will look to join you next time. I am not able to subscribe because like I'm not busy, it depends like on like it depends on my timing. Sometimes I'm free, I'm gonna join
Mhm.
this stream or another. So
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when will you do it again, teacher? Just let me know.
I'm not sure. I don't have a set schedule for live streams. It kind of just depends on when I have time. I just enjoy getting on here and teaching something or talking with others. Um, since summer is kind of officially starting for me now, I hope to be on more often. But weekends tend to be more open for me. So I probably will be on Saturday and Sundays is usually, but I don't know. I don't know. I wish I had a better answer for you.
Sure,
Just make sure that
definitely.
you're following me and then you'll get a notification, when I go live. And you're always welcome to come subscribe to one of my classes. Um, that's what I can offer.
Yeah, teacher, I get it. So, uh, I just wonder, like, as a native English, like, as a native English speaker,
Uh-huh.
do you have difficulty to understand songs,
To understand
like,
songs.
like a
Um,
song lyric? Mhm.
sometimes, sometimes I do, depending on the accent of the artist, right? Sometimes that can make it difficult. Sometimes if the words are being sung quickly or like squished together, I might think they're saying one thing, and then when I read the lyrics, it's like, oh, that's what they're saying. um, So, but yes, so lyrics and songs can be tricky because there's not always a break in between each word, right? They might hold out a word longer. So understanding songs is kind for me, I think it's probably a next level of understanding English. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so if you're struggling with that, that's understandable because it's different. It's different. It's a different cadence or a different rhythm than English speaking.
Yeah, yeah. And I always feel like discouraged, like dismotivated whenever I listen to songs. Why? Because like I don't understand songs, and I feel like, oops, I've been learning English for ages. Why I am not be able to understand this song, and this song is my favorite, and
Well,
I
what
feel
type
so bad about my English.
so what type of music are you listening to that you're struggling with?
Sometimes it's a rap song. Yes, we can like rap song is so fast.
It is very
But
fast.
yeah, but most of the time I listen to like Taylor Swift, Justin's, James Arthur, and their song like the voice really nice. And I always thought to myself like, wow, that would be nice if I can understand the song lyrics and
Mhm,
like
mhm.
I always thought to myself like that. And I tried to find a website which is I can like put a song lyric and then that website can tell me like what does it mean, also give me idea about the song lyric. But
So here,
no, it
this
cannot.
is what I recommend you do. If you go to YouTube
Mhm.
and you look up the song, sometimes people will have created a video with the lyrics on the screen, right? And then slow the speed down so that you can actually hear each word and you're able to see it. If there's not one where it has the lyrics on the screen, you can try doing the subtitles and I don't know if it'll be 100% correct, but that could be another way. But always with the rap music, when it's hard to understand all of those words being spoken so quickly, slow the speed down and
Oh
then
yeah.
listen to it and then speed it up just one little notch, right? One little step. Listen to it again and then a little faster and then a little faster. There's a teacher here, actually, Teacher Jamal, who he actually listens to things at, I forget what it is. It's like 4x speed or something, 4 times the normal. And he's trained his ear to hear all of that. So he hears English very quickly and processes it very quickly. He gave an example one day in a live stream of he played something at the speed he listens to and then told us what the person was talking about, and I was like, "What?" Like, I couldn't even follow. I couldn't understand. Now, I do like to listen to things at 1.5 or 2x speed because I wanna get through more content quickly, but the speed that he was listening, I was like, "Whoa, how does your brain do that?" So, if you don't understand something, slow it down. Definitely slow it down till you can kinda, "Okay, now I get it." And then go back to regular speed, and I bet you will hear more and be able to understand what they're saying. But I even have my own daughter, because sometimes she mumbles, she doesn't enunciate her words, and if she's not speaking loudly, she'll like, if she says like, here's an example. If she says, "Well, I don't wanna go to school tomorrow because we're not doing anything fun." I mean, did you understand what I said?
Yeah.
I wouldn't understand her, and I would say, "Eden, say it again slowly and speak up." And she's saying, "I don't wanna go to school tomorrow because we're not doing anything fun."
Oh yeah.
So it's everyone is different. Everyone speaks slightly different. And learning to hear different people, uh, i- it's a training. You have to learn how to do it. Speaking with people that are from India, I have a coworker that I have to really concentrate when she's speaking to me because she still has a very thick accent. Um, and so everybody's different, and that's okay. It doesn't make it wrong, just makes it different. But again, back to
Mhm.
like, why are we learning English? What is your reason? When you know what it is you plan to use English for, then that needs to be the type of English that you focus on. And always, you can always be improving. I can still be improving my English, right? I can always learn. There are words in the dictionary that I've never heard of, or I don't know what they mean. So there's always, nobody knows everything. Everybody knows something, but nobody knows everything. There's always something to learn.
Yeah. You hit the nail on the head, right?
Hmm. And Lucy says in the comments, rap is difficult to understand. Some of their words are not even in the dictionary. They made their own words. She
Like
says, don't
it's kind
worry,
of rhyme,
Shun.
right? They just want to make it rhyme.
Yeah, yeah. And sometimes they'll take words that don't rhyme, but if they change the accent of the word, they can make it rhyme. So sometimes they kind of
Yeah.
say words a little different in order to fit the need that they have. So yeah.
Mhm. Okay, teacher, I have a question about that. Like,
Okay.
I think I always like encounter that phrase all the times from song, like to hold somebody close. Like, what does it mean?
To hold someone close.
Like,
I'm going to type it for
like,
everyone.
mhm. like, like the singers sing that hold me close to you. What does it mean? It's
Uh-huh.
just I didn't get it. I always encounter that, but I don't get it.
Okay. I'm going to pin it so people know what we're talking about if they come in here. Okay. So if you hold someone close, let's break it down, right? So if close means that it's a proximity thing, right? You're close to
Mm-hmm.
me or you're far away from me. Okay.
Yeah.
So to hold someone would be, you're going to hold them, or you might embrace them. You're going to hold them. So if we translated it literally, to hold someone close means you're going to hug them. Okay. When we use it as a phrase, it means you're keeping them, you're staying in contact with them. Okay. You're keeping a relationship with them. You're always thinking about them. Okay. So um if like for example, I'm a mom of children, right? They live with me, but someday they're going to move out of my house because they're going to become an adult. And I won't be able to hold them close anymore. I won't be able to talk to them whenever I want. I won't be able to hug them or touch them or interact with them because they will be far away. So sometimes you'll hear them say, hold your babies close because one day they will move on. Okay. So have a
Mm,
relationship, be involved with your children while they're here because someday they're going to move on. Okay. Sometimes you might hear it said, if someone passes away, like if your mom passes away, you might say, mom is no longer with us, but I will always hold her close in my heart. Meaning, I will always have that love for her. I will always think about her. I will never forget her. I will keep her with me in spirit. Okay? Does that help?
Yeah. Oh, I get it. So maybe the first definition that you just gave to me, like kind of like it fit that song. That song is talk about love. So it means
Mhm.
like that guy wants to hold that girl like close to him.
Mhm.
So yeah, I get it. I get the meaning. Thank
Yep.
you.
Exactly. Yeah, if you're going to hold someone close, you're going to be involved in their life. You're going to be always thinking about them and how you can show love to them. You're going to do things with them. You have a relationship with them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, do
That
you
was a
use
good
this?
question.
Do you do you use these phrases like on a regular basis, like to
Um,
hold someone close?
I would think that it's very common in songs and music.
Mm-hmm.
It's common in like if you're writing a card to someone, I will always hold you close. You are near and dear to my heart is another phrase you often will see written. Um, so that's how I would say, like, I don't go around all the time saying to my children, "Oh, I'm gonna hold you close today." Right?
Yeah.
It's not it's an emotional phrase. So if you're a very emotional person, it might be common, but it's not an everyday phrase. No. Does that help?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It is.
Oh, Najat.
Yeah.
Yes, Lucy, it's an emotional attachment word. Yes. Yeah, Najat, did you not see your mother for 5 years because she lived in a different country?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
lives in Kuwait, so
Yeah.
I'm so emotional because
Yes.
I'm the one who close to her mom.
Uh-huh.
Like I don't have friends when I was teenager. I don't like to have friends because all my friends just complaining about their friend. Maybe now I have more friends, but when I was teenager, I'm so close to your mom.
Ah. Mhm.
So when I before I sleep, I kissing and hugging her.
Yes.
Love to talk with her. She
Uh-huh.
teach me a lot. So I'm emotional person actually.
I
I'm going to
understand.
cry. I know.
Yes, I'm very, emotionally attached with my children. I'm the same way. I'm the one who tucks them in every night, and that's kind of my time where I can talk to them, and, they know that that's one-on-one time where if they want to ask me something, they can. So,
Okay.
yes, so we're
Me too.
and the word close too is not necessarily proximity. It can also describe a relationship, right? So if you are close to someone, it means that you have a very uh, good relationship. You really connect, you understand each other. So if you say, oh, I'm very close to my mom, but I'm not very close to my dad. I might not have that same emotional connection with my dad like I do with my mom. So that's another way that the word close, can be used in an emotional or relationship context. Mhm. Yep. Very good, Shin. I'm glad you asked that. Excellent. Okay, so we were having a great conversation and I wanted to acknowledge that Teacher Allen came in and gave and donated. So thank you, Teacher Allen. That was so kind of you. I think Teacher Allen is new. I've seen his picture in a couple of new teacher trainings, and he always catches my attention because he spells his name exactly how my brother spells his name. Because he's younger than me, but we were April and Allen. We both have those A names, and Allen can be spelled
Mm-hmm.
different ways in America. Some people spell it Alan, and then the spelling that the teacher has, Allen. And my brother was named after our grandfather who passed away just before I was born. So we actually never knew him. So for my parents to then pass that name on to my brother was, very significant for specifically my dad's side of the family. So yeah, so I always think of my brother when I see he looks nothing. Teacher Allen looks nothing like my brother though, so I definitely know it's not him. Okay, let's
neat.
get through these slides, shall we? All right, so
Yep.
number 8 in working on, accomplishing or achieving our goals is to uh-oh, my screen's not catching up. Okay, hang on. Let's stop and reshare. I probably should have done this a while ago anyway.
Teacher Abel, do you
Yes.
notice now your sound, like we can hear you without cutting
Mhm.
before, because do you notice it's because epic?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I have already screenshot and put all of the pages into the
Right.
Canva for tomorrow in this program that I'm using right now, so that hopefully class will go smoothly tomorrow.
Mhm.
So that being said, if any of you if you like my teaching style, if you
I
want
love
to
it.
work on some reading, some describing, conversation, that kind of thing. My children's book class meets on Saturday and Sundays, and that's what we do. It's a very fun class and lots of opportunities to learn new vocabulary as well as just practice all of those English skills. Okay.
I highly recommend, because Teacher Abel, she's the best, and her smile is so sweet.
Oh,
I
Najat.
love the way you're teaching, Teacher Abel.
Najat, I think for those of you who don't know, Najat is currently living in the United States. And I have a feeling that someday Najat and I are going to meet in person. I don't know when. I just think
I
someday
will
we will.
visit you.
All right. So let's look at number 8 in trying to reach our goals. Build upon your strengths. So those of you who are in this lesson right now, this live stream, what are your strengths? Where do you think your strengths lie? Najat, what strengths do you feel like you have in English?
Okay, never give up for myself, because
Okay, so
I
you're
always push
persistent.
forward. Yeah, I push forward myself. Even I'm busy with my kids. I as a mom, it's so difficult to
Yep.
reach your goal.
Mm-hmm.
But I do my best.
Love it.
Yeah.
Very good. All right, Shen, what about you? What do you think your strength is when it comes to learning English?
I can say like I am like on the same page with like Najat, never give up,
Mm-hmm.
always like tries to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, like I always try to look at others, like for example, if I do this thing, if I try this thing and it didn't work for me, I try to ask other and look at what other do and try to like I always ask myself why they do it, like why they get better on it and why not me, and try to copy what others do, like for example the way they learn English, like as I said earlier, I love listening to podcasts because of my friends. They get better on their listening skill, and I feel like okay, let me try this way, and then it worked now, and it
Mm-hmm.
worked for me, and now my listening skill is kind of like a little bit better if I compare to the past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what I hear you saying is that you're not afraid to ask questions and try something new.
Yep.
Like if you see, oh, this is working for this person, let me try that and see if that works for me. I like it. Okay. So asking questions could be a strength. Willingness to try new things might be a strength. You guys are going a different direction that I was even thinking. So when I think about what is my strength, I would think more like, is my strength in reading or listening or speaking? And then how can I use my strength in that area to improve other areas? So for example, if my strength is in reading, if I feel like I'm a good reader, then I'm going to try and read maybe a different type of book. Maybe if I like to read chapter books, well, I'm going to try a graphic novel, or maybe I'm going to pick up a new magazine. So I already know that I have a strength in reading. So how can I expand my English knowledge using the strength that I have in reading? So part of that is being able to, think about your own learning and where do you feel confident? What do you think your strength is? And how can you use that strength to impact the other areas that you might not be as strong in? So when you
Oh,
think about it from that perspective, Shen, what is your strength for English? Is it speaking, listening, pronunciation, reading, writing? Where do you think your strength is?
Okay, I'm gonna go first.
Okay.
For me, listening. I
Okay.
love to listen people. Also, I noticed lately I love to write.
Okay.
Also, I love read the book and translate the book.
Oh, okay. So you want to take your sorry, I'm not very good at doing 2 things at once. I'm trying to
okay.
okay, this is what I'm
Take
trying to
your
do.
time.
Here we go. So okay, say that again for me, Najat. Your strength is what?
Listening
Listening. Okay. And so you
and the
take
writing. Mhm. Go ahead.
take your listening skill and use it to improve
My writing.
okay, listening skill to improve writing. I love that.
Yeah, and also lately I feel like I'm. I took some books and then, which is I love it. Like physiology book. It's
Mhm.
that book. It's called Welcome Home, and
Okay.
then it's there's chapter. It's called about talking about love yourself first,
Mm.
and I translate that chapter to Arabic and Somali. I love it.
Awesome. So you're translating even. That's great. Okay, what about you, Shen? What do you think that your strength in English is?
Uh, my strength in English is like listening skill, and I
Okay.
know my strength like is listening skill, so I use that areas to improve my speaking skill. Like I try to challenge myself by watching another topics in order to get a new ideas, and after that, when I get idea, I try to produce it like by talking to friends at school when I meet them in person, I always interact with them. So yeah, I always use like I know my listening skill is kind of uh, like way better than another skill, and I use it to improve my speaking skill. I challenge myself like finish like 100 100 topics like about like different topics, and I love challenging myself.
That's
I know
excellent.
it's so hard, but I can get something good out of it. So yeah,
Yeah,
use my listening skill to improve my speaking skill.
very cool. These are great, you guys. So let's see. There was something in the chat. Lucy says, my strength in English is I'm a good reader. listener, but I have weakness in speaking and writing. All right. So if your strength is you're a good reader or a good listener, what would you guys say? How can Lucy use those strengths to improve her speaking and writing? So she's a good reader and listener, and she wants to be a better speaker and writer. What do you guys think?
Oh, you
So,
know what? Go
mhm.
ahead.
No,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead. You start first.
I think I think her listening skill can help like like her speaking skill, you know. Because whenever we can understand, meaning that we can speak right, like we try to like open our mouth and speak little by little. So I feel like just your listening skills are really good. Just watch more videos in order to get idea and then try to produce what you have in your head and just do it day by day. Everything is gonna get better. That's my like humble opinion about that, you know, because like I always do that when it comes to learn language because whenever I can, for example, I can understand you, so I know everything you said. So when after that I try to do it myself, say 1 or 2 words per day or do it every single day, then I'm gonna have like a pretty good level of speaking skill. So
Mm-hmm. All right,
that's my
Najat, what's
opinion.
your advice?
Um, for me, about speaking skill, I know it's hard skill even for me, but I do one tip, which is I just record myself and listen to my voice if I'm speaking correctly or not.
Mm-hmm.
That's give me confidence about my speaking. So
Yes.
yeah,
I love
that's
that.
all I can say.
Yeah, and I like that one for her too because Lucy says she's a good listener. So she'll be able to listen back to herself and know if she is speaking, if she's pronouncing things correctly. So yeah, if your strength is listening, then use your listening skills to evaluate yourself. And I like
Mhm.
what Shen says though about, reading or listening, to something and finding a phrase or a new idea and learning that. I have heard other teachers talk about, learn a specific phrase or a quote or a poem or something that you memorize and practice until you get it correct. And then start incorporating that phrase into your conversations. So let's see. Another student said, oh, she could do a live stream here on Hallo and speak with others.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, Safir says, even though you are not speaking well, you can still talk to yourself. Maybe you can stand in front of the mirror and sometimes record yourself. Yep, just like what Najat was saying. Oh, and there's a student, it looks like Milan is asking if anyone would like to practice speaking English with him. He would greatly appreciate it.
Wow.
So I love that students are able to help each other here on Hallo, that it's not just the teachers that are teaching things. I think that's excellent.
Mm-hmm. Teacher, can you understand me well, right?
Yeah, I can
Whenever I
understand
speak
you.
to you, like I have a difficulty with my pronunciations. Whenever I talk with friends, they always told me like, "Hey Chen, you always drop the ball about your pronunciation. Just defend your pronunciation." I always like try my best. Sometimes even though my voice is so bad, but I try to sing a song in order to like I think repetition is so good. So
Mhm.
singing a song is one of the best way to improve my pronunciation, and I just step out of my comfort zone and sing a songs alone or yeah.
Well,
So
he,
I'm happy that you get me.
so
Mm-hmm. Go
here's
ahead,
what
please.
I would recommend.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes students think that fluency, being able to speak fast, is important. and that's what makes you sound smart. It's not. Okay? Being able to speak quickly means nothing except that when you speak quickly, more people do not understand you. So if someone is not understanding you because they think, specifically you, Shen, from me listening to you, if someone's not understanding you, it's because you're speaking too quickly.
Oh.
So if you will when you speak in your native language, do you speak very fast?
No, I just speak in a normal speech,
Nobody
I
ever
do.
says to you, "Oh, you talk too much," or "You talk too fast"?
Nope, they just. Oh, it happens to me like before, like they just like, hey Chan, why you speak so fast? I don't get. My friends like always have a problem with my like speaking skill, like in my native language, and they're
Yes.
like, and
Mhm. Mhm.
I myself, like, I personally don't know like I speak fast or not, just because
It's
it's
fa
my language. I just speak.
Well, I think people speak fast for one of 2 reasons. One, they're very smart and their brain thinks very fast, or
Mm-hmm.
2, they just have a lot they want to say and they don't want someone to talk over them. So sometimes, like when I think about children, sometimes they want to get the teacher's attention and they're afraid that, oh, I finally have the teacher's attention, but someone else might interrupt, so I better talk as fast as I can so I can say what I need to say. So
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
think it's one of the 2 usually. Um and also when people get really excited and they're really passionate about what they're talking about, they often get louder and talk faster. So that could be part of it. And some people just that's their personality, they're just a fast talker. So if someone tells you, I can't understand your English, your pronunciation is not good, just know, oh, I need to slow down because your pronunciation is fine, Shen. It really is. There might be 1 or 2 things here that we could work on, but in general, it's very good. It's you need to slow down just a
Mhm.
little bit.
Yeah,
So
I'm happy that you said my pronunciation is good. There's always like my dream, to have like no needs to be a perfect pronunciation, but I just want my English partners to understand my pronunciation, what I means to them. I don't
mhm,
want a perfect or a pretty good, just
mhm.
a no more like pronunciation and people can get what I mean. That's it. That's what I mean.
Yep. Yep, I totally understand, and that's what I would say. Just if someone says to you, "Shen, your pronunciation is not good. I can't understand you." Just translate that in your own brain and say, "Oh, they're telling me I need to slow down." And just speak more
Oh yeah.
slowly with them.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they
I do
can't
that.
process English as fast as you. Maybe that's why they need you to slow down. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
just you
Yeah.
remember that the next time someone tells you it's not good. You think, "Yes, but teacher
Yeah,
April
I do
says
that.
it is, and I just need to slow down."
I do that with my friends.
Okay, good, good. Let's see. Safir, for better speaking, you need to engage yourself with the English speakers at your level. That's so key, Safir. So Instamatch and live streams can help on this platform. Excellent. That's great. Great advice. I'm going to pen that one. That's excellent. It becomes overflow and people struggle to understand your words. Oh, like when you speak too fast, all of your words, like if you were to write what someone said that is speaking fast, it would look like it was all one word because they never take a break or separate their words. So it just kind of all comes out as one. Let's see. Some people speak a lot and they naturally speak faster. Yes, Safir, exactly. The T in often is silent in American English. It can be either. Sometimes I say often, sometimes I say often. Either one is correct.
Okay.
Lucy says some languages are fast in nature, like East African languages. Lucy, I think some East African languages are actually slow, in my opinion. I actually lived in East Africa. That's the only reason I say that. I lived in Togo, West Africa for about 3 years, years ago. And they're real laid back. They're like, aha, like that's how they would agree, with something. But you are correct. In general, there are some languages that are very fast. Najat's phone died. Oops. That's why she hopped off. Okay. Excellent. All right. I'm getting through this chat and then we'll move on. Okay, so there's a student, looks like Ubax, said they thought their pronunciation was great until they met an American and they don't understand them. Like the American says, I don't understand you, but Ubax can understand the American. I was like, I'm speaking English. I think the reason is mostly I use writing. Okay. So Ubax, you need to just challenge yourself to do more speaking. It could be, Ubax, that your accent is very heavy, and that could be why they're not quite understanding you. Oh, see, Shan, Lucy says that your English is very good. Lucy is
Yeah.
Ethiopian,
Thank
and
you.
I
I'm
talk
I'm
fast.
glad
That
to
is,
hear that.
yeah, excellent. Excellent comments in the chat. All right. So I love this idea of recognizing what your strengths are and using that to improve in other areas. So that brings us to number 9 on our tips, which, hang on, it's not catching up. Let's do this. Reshare. Okay, number 9 is to, drum roll please, review and fix. That looks like a P, doesn't it? It's supposed to be an X in this specific font.
Yeah.
Looks like FIP.
Mhm.
Maybe we can change. We'll have to change the font in this one. So we
Teacher,
can.
how long have you been here?
On
Teacher,
on
how
Hallo,
long have
or
you
you
been here?
mean
Yeah. Being
today?
a teacher here.
So I joined, or I signed my contract in September of 2021, but only taught a few classes before the holidays of well, I went on a trip and then we had Christmas, and anyway, I came back in March. So the middle of March. So I've been teaching consistently since the middle of March. So April was my first full month. May will now be my second full month. But I've taught, on other
Mm-hmm.
platforms with children, and also my job during the day is I'm a speech language therapist in an elementary school. And so a lot of the skills that I bring to Hallow are things that I'm trained in and I use every day in my regular job. So this comes easy for me. This is working with my strengths, being
Yeah.
here. But I enjoy the conversation that comes with teaching adults, and specifically on Hallow because it's so social. So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
love it. Hello,
Yeah, hello
Waleed.
is good.
Do I
People like they are very nice and also motivate. Sometimes hello, like people who use hello, they always motivate me to be a better English speaker. I've been using like 1 year and a half, and Yeah, people they really good to me. Always have my back, you know. And I love
Yes.
Hallo and yeah,
Yes, the
it's
Hallo
good.
community is amazing. It is like nothing else that I have been a part of. I totally agree.
Yeah.
Um, there's a question in the chat. What's your American accent? So I try really hard not to have an accent. I would say I have a very neutral accent. I have lived almost my entire life in the South. So if you would like me to have a Southern accent, I can turn it on. But
Okay, you see this guy, teacher? I want to hear it.
you want to hear? Okay, so I'll introduce myself and I will use my Southern accent. So I would say, hello, my name is April Emerson, and I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. And I work in the schools with children, helping them to say their sounds and their words correctly. And so when I turn on the really thick Southern accent, this is what it's going to sound like.
Oh, that's good. I
It's
love it.
bad, right? That's bad.
That's good.
I do find it fun to try and imitate different accents. Like sometimes when I'm reading books to my children, specifically like Harry Potter books, I don't think I have any here, but I try and do the British accent, like I would
Oh yeah.
say,
Don't you know like here where I live, my friends always do it like doing a British accent, like a bottle of water. They always say it to me, and it's so
to
funny. I love
water. Yes, like Harry Potter. Harry Potter, what is it that you want to do today? I don't know. That's a good idea, but we can try and make it work. If you want to speak this way with me, then I can try and make it work, but I'm not from Britain. I'm from America.
I love that. Like my
Oh
friends
my
always do it
goodness.
to me, and I say, oh my gosh, I cannot do it like you. Like
Oh, it's fun.
it's
It's
so
fun, fun,
good.
fun. Okay, I'm getting lost in the comments. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not from California. I am from Memphis, Tennessee. Which is kind of neutral. It's kind of right in between what we would consider heading north versus heading south, but Memphis is considered a southern city for sure. Saphir, let's see. If you have recorded yourself, then listen again and over again. Oh, I think Saphir is answering how to review and fix mistakes. Okay, so they say record yourself, listen over and over again until you feel you have achieved what you wanted. Very good. If you were practicing with someone by speaking, ask your friend if it has become better. Good. If you are practicing by writing, then you can compare to your old versions versus now. And then if you were practicing texting, you can compare if you write more professionally now. Oh, I love those ideas. Okay, so let's put those here on our screen. So one way you can review and fix mistakes is by, let's change that to white. That's easier to see, isn't it? Record yourself speaking and listen to identify, I was going to say errors, but we'll say mistakes. Okay. And then practice again until it's what, until you are happy with the results. There you go. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Okay. So after speaking with someone, ask them for their opinion on your English. Okay. Let me get this up out of the way. And okay, compare previous writings to current ones. All right, I love those ideas. Thank you, Safir. Pin that one. Some good. Oh, that's really long. Oh, can't pin that one. It's too long. It
Yeah,
takes up the whole
it's too long, so
screen.
I am not be able to comment.
Oh, hang on. Okay.
Okay, good. Sure.
Yes,
Another
everyone has. They're still talking about accents. Yes, very good. Wally, you say most people have a mixture of accents, especially British accent and American accent. You know, if you're learning from different teachers, then you may pick up different accents, even, right? When I'm around people that have very Southern accents, my accent will come out more. I tend to pick up on their accents. My husband is from Michigan, and I lived in Michigan the summer before we got married, and so there were a couple of words that I started saying like a northerner, like their long or their A's in general, they say different. So, for example, I mentioned that my brother's name is Alan. So in Southern, Alan, we might say Alan, Alan or Alan or whatever. They just say it different. In the North, they would say E. It almost sounds like an E. Alan, Alan, Alan. His name is Alan. It's more of a nasal thing. And so I found myself changing my A's a little bit. About Alta, I'm not from California. I'm from Memphis, Tennessee. I do like
You should leave the
California.
comment. Just leave the comment and pin it.
Yes. I'm from, I can't even spell it today, apparently. Memphis, Pennesee. There we go. I will pin that one. So now maybe he will remember. It's fine. I really don't mind people asking. Okay, let's get here to the last step. And actually, I've been hearing this one I almost said all day, but during this whole live stream, don't give up. I've heard be persistent, right? So another way to say be persistent, keep trying new things, right?
Be patient. Correct.
Oh, be patient. Yes, very good. Meet new people, or let's say, meet new students and teachers. What do you think? Is that a good list?
Yeah. Oh, teacher, what does it mean? Like I heard somebody say, like, what does it mean? Like to give up on something. To give up on something.
To give up on something means that you stop trying.
Can you give me one example, please?
If you give up on someone, you're not going to make an effort in that relationship any longer. So maybe you have tried really hard to make a relationship work. Maybe it's in a marriage. You've tried really hard to make your marriage work. You've been persistent. You have been patient. You have tried communicating in different ways, and you're so tired you just can't do it anymore, and I give up. I've given up on my husband ever changing. I can no longer be married to him. Or I've given up on trying to learn English because it's just too hard. So you just stop.
Oh yeah.
So when
Yeah,
it
the
comes
teacher.
to a relationship, if you think about the things that you do to make a relationship good or better, if you've done those things and it's not getting better, you might decide this is too much work. It's not worth it. It's not worth my time, my energy, my mental energy. So I'm giving up. Make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
Okay,
Thank you, teacher.
good. You're welcome. All right. Those are our 10 steps. So we come back to where we started. How to achieve your goals in 10 steps. Take action, try hard, keep practicing, explore a different way, ask someone for advice, do your best, learn how others did it, try their way. Build on your strengths. What am I good at? How can I make that strength make my other areas of English better? Review and fix mistakes and don't give up. Keep going, keep trying. Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid to fail.
Oh, teacher, I
Yes.
have a question. Like,
Okay.
whenever I have a class online like this, I do not have a butterfly in my stomach. But when it comes to talk to a native or a non-native English speaker on the streets, I am like freak out. I have a butterfly. I'm speechless. And do you have any tips for me? I don't know. Like, it's really hard.
Well, it's different. Being online is not the same as being face to face. It just isn't. It's just a different social experience. And being on Hallo, that everyone here is supportive and non judgmental, no judgment, right? But you don't know that
Mm-hmm.
about someone that you meet on the street or in public. So maybe that is where some of the nervousness or anxiety comes from, is that fear of what is this person going to think about me? What is this person going to think about my English? If you can get to a point where you don't care what other people think about your English or how you speak it, the only thing that matters is what you think about it, then you can put up that boundary for yourself of, it doesn't matter what this stranger thinks about me. I know what I think about myself. I know what my Hallo friends and my Hallo teachers think about me, and that's what's important to me. Doesn't matter if this person understands me. And if they don't understand what I say, I know what I need to do so that they can understand me. I know I just need to slow down.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
So it's a mind thing. It's knowing that, it's having the confidence in who you are and what you can do, and not letting anyone else influence or change those thoughts for yourself.
Yeah, teacher. On your
And
hand,
practice.
serious.
The more you do it,
Yeah.
the more it will be comfortable and the more confidence you will have in yourself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, right now, all I see is your picture, right? So the
Mm-hmm.
next level for you, even on Hallo, would be to turn your camera on when you're in live streams or when you're in a class, because that would be one step closer to it being real, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just an idea. About Atta, how many languages do so I speak English, obviously. I do know some French, not a lot. Because
French.
in Africa, when
Oh,
we lived in Africa, French was the government language. Um, and I know some American Sign Language, but that's not a verbal language, it's a visual language. Vati Vati says, "I had dinner and a long rest, and you're still here, Teacher April." Ah, you're so funny.
um,
Oh, Safir, comment allez-vous? Oui, oui. I'm not I'll get in trouble if I speak other languages here. It's supposed to be just English. Safir, don't get me in trouble. Yes, I have
Yeah,
been here for a very long
I
time because I love it, but I do need to be better about my boundaries and my time that I spend. So with that, I started out this was the thumbnail, right? May your time on Hallo bring you one step closer to achieving your English goals. So, we talked about all of the steps that you could take to help you achieve or to reach your goals of why you're learning English. So, make sure that your time that you're spending on Hallo is not just all fun and games, it's not all just social hanging out. Make sure that some of your time is always doing something to bring you closer to reaching your goals, your English, specifically whatever it is, the reason why you're learning English. Okay?
yeah.
That
Teacher,
is
last
that is my
last
advice,
question.
and you guys helped me create this presentation, and I'm so grateful for that. I always find it super fun when I ask students, "Okay, help me create this presentation." So maybe I'll share this again in another live stream, and I'll just be able to share these ideas instead of completing the presentation because you guys helped me do that. So, thank you very
Teacher,
much.
like before, like, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Before before you wrap it up, can you give me like a feedback on my English? What areas should I work on?
Well,
Last
I
question.
told
Yeah.
you that sometimes you'll just need to slow down a little bit. I remember
Mhm.
hearing one word when you were talking about being on Hallow that teachers motivating. There was something about that word that was a little, I don't know what, I can't remember what it was, but there was just something. Um, so Hmm. I didn't hear any very like specific, my specialty is pronunciation, right? And so I
Mm,
sometimes will ask students, okay, tell me about yourself. Let me listen to you talk and I'll see if I can hear patterns or consistent errors. And nothing stood out to me for consistent errors. It was just a word here and there that I thought, oh, we could tweak that. We could change that just a little bit, and it would sound, more clear. But in general, you should be very proud of your English. You've done a lot of work, and it shows.
yeah. I just prepare for like a university, because whenever I attend university, I need English the most. And I'm
Yes.
a high school student, so yeah, gotta hit the books.
So, wait, you're a high school student right now?
Yep,
And
teacher.
what grade are you in?
I am like grade 12, and this is the last year of high school. So next
Right.
year I will be attending university. So
So, have you already applied?
not yet, teach. I need to get my certificate first in order to apply,
I see.
and my like I will take an exam soon in order to get a like certificate,
Mhm.
and then I will attend university. So
Mhm.
English is really important to myself. So
Right.
I gotta throw myself into English.
So are you going to attend university, like, where you live, or are you wanting to attend in America?
I feel like I want to study abroad, like
Mhm.
not like America, but maybe in Asian countries.
Okay.
I am from Cambodia, yeah,
Okay.
just in case you don't know. So I just want to apply scholarship to study like in Asian countries.
Okay.
So that's why I feel like okay, my English need to be good if I want to get a scholarship to study abroad because I want to explore new things and also experience new things like kind of like whenever I get a scholarship. And
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, and being like I feel like I am a poor student, like being a scholarship student is good for me because I am not better off like others, like my friends, so I have an idea that if my English is good, maybe scholarship can help me to learn new things and also improve myself in the future. So that's why
Yeah.
I'll hit the books when I have time like this. So yeah, prepare for that.
That's an excellent, excellent goal, something to be motivated for. Do you
Yeah.
know what you want to do? Like, what would you want to study in the university, or do you know what kind of job you think you want to do in the future?
Since I really into like technologies, I want to be like like a graphic designer and web developer. I love
Yeah.
using computer, and I found that I love it when since I was a kid,
Uh-huh.
and hope. So that's why I try so hard about my English because my teacher recommended like, "Oh, Shen, if you want to learn about this major, your English needs to be good because everything is on the internet, so that's gonna be easy." And my teacher said like, "You don't need to go to an actual class. You just go to website or hire a teacher from online. You can learn a lot of things." So,
Mhm.
and I feel like okay, like if I can speak English, if I can like know if I know English, that would be good and benefit me a lot by like I can do a lot of research and
Mhm.
also I can gain a lot of things like whenever I can speak and also can interact with others. And
Right.
look at me now. I feel like I can speak a little bit English with you. I'm so excited. I can speak English with native English speaker like you and
Yeah.
teacher from another country. It's such a great experience.
Yes.
I've never thought of that I can speak to native.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the more you do it, the easier it becomes, right?
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, whatever you're doing, it's working for you, and keep going. And I have no doubt that you will achieve your goals and your dreams that you have right now. Yeah,
Yeah, thank you
you'll
so
do it.
much.
I have full confidence that you'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Thank you,
I'm
Teach.
so
Right now, like,
what?
yep.
Go ahead.
Sorry to cut you off. What did you say?
No, I was just about to wrap things up. So were you going to say one last thing?
No, I didn't. I
Okay.
didn't have anything to say. And right now, like, it's like 1 a.m.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, you need to go to
Yes, I
bed.
believe it.
No, I was
Yeah.
just gonna say I'm so glad that you hopped on today, that I had the chance to meet you. You were very helpful in uh, helping me create that presentation that I may even use in the future. Who knows? So I'm glad that you stopped by and that we were able to chat a little bit. And yeah, I wish you well on your journey to continue improving your English. Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Teach. And I gotta hit the sack. Have a good one
Yes.
and thank for the phenomenal lessons. See ya.
Excellent. All right. All right, everyone. That is it. We're going to wrap this session up, this live stream. If you enjoyed any of this today, then I recommend that you find my profile on Hallo and check out my classes. I've got a children's book class where we read through children's books. So we're practicing reading. We describe the pictures. So we're practicing our description. And I'll ask questions. So we're practicing conversation and answering questions. It's a lot of fun. I also have a new beginner grammar class that I offer. And this is brand new. So we're going through what is a noun? What is a verb? What is an adjective? How do we use it? Lots of different things like that. And then let's see, I've got a pronunciation class, a vocabulary class, and I have a joke book class coming up where we're going to read some different jokes, and it's going to help us just expand our English. Jokes are fun, but they take a special knowledge and vocabulary to be able to understand why jokes are funny. Okay. So head over to my profile, check those out, subscribe to the ones that work with your schedule. If you'd like to schedule a one on one class with me, go ahead and make a suggestion or a request for a certain time. And if it works with my schedule, I'm absolutely going to accept it. Summer is here for me. And so I'm going to have a lot more flexibility of what I can offer here on Hallo. All right. All right. And with that, my blessing for you is that until we meet again, may any time that you spend on Hallo bring you one step closer to achieving your English goals. You guys have a great day. I'll see you soon.